Recording is on.
How better to start than to go by Ali Holland over the weekend? Blessed guy and a world class player in the making. If you ask, he's world class already. If you ask me, we're still on the best show in the whole of the whole universe. It's still New Sisters Sports. Uh, airing concurrently on our YouTube channel, New Citizen Sports, or Band Radio Scope, and of course, all the podcasts that you can think of in the whole wide world. I have my co-host with me today. I have Shay with me. The runaway Shay is back. Olawale too is back. Thankfully, we miss them so much. And of course, we got Oroku Kachi. Kachi, let's start with the introduction with you.
Sports fans, really happy to be here. This time last week, I was afraid that Milan would get walloped and embarrassed. But over the course of two games against two juggernauts, which we'll talk about later, I'm here with my head held high, and happy to say that it looks like we have turned the corner. Get ready
All
for
right,
a fantastic show.
all right, perfect. Shay,
Yes, sport fans, good to be back, and I hope you guys will enjoy today's show. And please stay tuned.
all right, perfect. Olale, Mr. Manchester United.
Wow, it's good to be back on the show after some couple of weeks out. And there've been a lot of interesting sporting news over the course of the week. Ronaldo seems to be anything he touches now seems to be turning to gold at United. Ole, Ole still remain Ole. I think we are going to we have a lot to discuss on those issues why we get to the show. Thanks for joining us anywhere you are across the world.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, guys. We do really miss you guys. Where do we start from? We start from other sports, of course. Just a little bit gloss over it. Um, the best Olympian in terms of athletic sports gave a warning, or should I say, a piece of advice to Kyrie Richardson over the course of the week. That see, you need to train harder, focus more on the track, and talk less. Kachi, anything that comes out of Usain Bolt's mouth, 100%, even if he's wrong, I'm agreeing. But I don't think you disagree with Usain Bolt on this one.
No, I also I don't disagree. When I read and saw that news, I was like, yeah, about right. If you need anyone to constructively criticize you, is someone who has achieved immense success in that sport and will command the respect. If that criticism had come from, uh, you know, a journalist or on a sports radio host like us rather, maybe she would have a reason to be angry. But it's coming from someone who is a three. I think he won the Olympic gold in three consecutive Olympics, if I
Yeah,
remember, in the
yeah,
100 meters and
yeah.
200 meters, as well as the 4 by 100 meters. So he
And the
knows
world
what
record holder
yeah, he
in
knows
all the
what it takes
events.
to be successful. He knows what it takes to win at that level. I think Shakari Richardson should see it as a sage advice from someone who should know better, and she shouldn't get worried over it.
All right, perfect. Knowing better is one thing, accepting the facts is another thing. Olali, do we think with what we've seen of Kyrie over the course of the year, do you think he's going to accede and accept to this advice given by the best?
Yeah, I don't want us to probably judge her based on the personality or the way we perceive her from the past. I think if I'm the people the if I'm probably around her, what I'll be telling her now is you can't get a better advice than this. One thing about uh athletes generally around the world is you allow it is better you allow your craft to do the talking for
Talking
you.
for you
Yes, in as
rather than
much
you
as
speaking.
yeah, in as much as you have the big mouth, you have this, you have that. If you can't match your big mouth with performance
With
or this,
performance, it's a big
it,
problem.
it won't take you it won't take you anywhere. And the same press, if you think the same attention you think you are getting from the press, from social media, most of this attention will turn negative at the end of the day if
Yeah,
you can't
perform
justify all. So
all
I
your trash
think
talks.
as much because she was highly rated in America, and I was surprised about the way she finished at the was it at the
One of the golden
Golden.
leagues, yeah, the
But
golden league.
yes, so but again, some couple of people say we shouldn't judge her with that.
Yeah, of
That
course.
she has not really practiced for so long.
Hmm,
But
hmm.
again, it's a warning sign that you have a lot of good athletes you are competing with. So better train and
Do the
let your
talking
work
for you.
do the talking for you rather than you making all this big noise.
All right, perfect. We'll look forward to that. We hope she will allow her performances to do the talking, and she will take to the advice. And on that note, I'll come to you, Shay, on those one. Just a review. I know it's a week old, but we can't gloss over it. Everybody thought when Nada said he was not competing at the US Open, we all agree, of course, that it was Djokovic tournament to lose. And of course, he did well. He did well up until the final, where he could not. I'm not sure I've seen Novak being defeated in a straight set before. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've never seen it.
in recent
Probably
times.
in recent times, I don't think.
I've
Probably
not
the
seen.
less. Probably the last 10 years. But we saw that over the course of the weekend, last weekend, Sunday to be precise, and Djokovic was defeated in a straight set. Um, I know the baton is not exchanging hands. He's still the king. He's still the best player, probably the best of all time. But how surprised and how disappointed were you? I'm happy though. I'm a Roger fan. He has made me cry so many times. But of course, how disappointed or how surprised were you? Looking at
Um,
Djokovic losing at the finals.
okay, I think I was totally surprised, and that is, I think that's normal for every tennis fans around the world. Either you are a Djokovic fan or
Or not?
not.
100%.
The tournament was definitely set up for Djokovic to attain to set the new
Record.
record for the
Yeah.
Grand Slam wins. And he actually did that throughout the tournament, set himself up perfectly. I think it was during the semi-final or quarterfinals that the great what's the name of this American tennis player that tweeted that first Djokovic is going to take your legs and take your soul, and quite a lot of thrills for Djokovic going forward. There was a time too that his wife wore a T-shirt that says "I run with a wolf," and you
Wow.
understand what
Yeah.
what that means. The
Uh-huh.
build-up was there for him. But I think what we should have done is not get carried away by Djokovic's greatness and his tenacity. I think Medvedev actually deserved that tournament more. If we look at the statistics, basically, the guy actually dropped only one set throughout the
All tournaments.
tournament,
Wow.
and if you tell me that is statistics of a winner, if you look
100%.
at if you look at the female version of this tournament,
Mm-hmm.
what's her name? The young British
Brother
Raducanu
Rakuna.
also won the tournament. I think without losing any set. So it showed that the people that came to the tournament with fire, actually the statistics really stacked up in their
In their favor.
favor. But all being said, it was still a surprise that Djokovic lost the final
Lost
to
the
Medvedev.
final to
But
Medvedev.
congratulations to Medvedev. I think he deserved it, and I'm happy about
All right, it's
his win.
it's a good sight. To see someone new actually winning in a very, very long time. Novak will have won all the Grand Slams in the year and equaling a different record. But of course, Medvedev, Danny he decided to be the spoiler, and he did spoil the show for him. We'll go on a quick break right now. When we'll come back, we'll be starting with the review of the Champions League matches before we go to England. I will be talking about Mourinho's loss, of course, in Italy. The spotlight is in Italy right now, and there will be a question of who the real goat is now. Whether Messi is now the smaller goat, or Ronaldo is the bigger goat, or not. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. Yeah, so we're back, and it's the second half, big second half of the show. It's still new to support. I'm gonna be doing this without my co-host Olale, Kachi, and Shade. This is just gonna be me speaking directly to you and making my opinion known. I'm not gonna be asking anybody question. This is still new to support, and we're gonna be starting with the review of the Champions League. The Champions League, like you know, is the best and the foremost unified league in the whole wide world, and it was a fascinating one in the course of of last week, basically. So we're trying to review the games that actually occurred in the course of last week. And where do we start from? We start from Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. This game ended 3-0 in favor of Bayern. Now, this analysis, opinions might differ, and there may be a lot of structural change. But we're talking about an institution that produced great players, that was institutionalized, or should I say, they have the origin of their footballing, of their football philosophy was started by no other person than Johan Cruyff. This club is right now in shambles. They were defeated by Bayern Munich 3-0 on the night. But that was the problem. That's basically part of the problem. The major problem was Barcelona went throughout the game without a shot on target. This is degrading and generating, if you ask me. Um, Bayern, we know there's a gulf of difference in terms of quality and turnout of talent between these two very illustrious teams. But what should Barcelona do at this point in time? It looks like Barcelona is going down the drain by the day. Of course, a team without the misses out on Messi, Antoine Griezmann, Luis Suarez, just to mention a few that has gone in the past couple of seasons. It's a long shot, if you ask me. It's a long shot for anybody in this world to try to replace and cement your place in the in not just in England, in Spain, but in the whole of Europe. It's very difficult. But for us here at News Sport, what I think, and this is my personal opinion, I feel as stars, or should I say, as fans of the club, we should not expect so much from Barcelona this season. This is just a rebuilding process. Now the question is, does the philosophy of Ronald Koeman, does it fit in into this team? Does it fit out? Does it fit into the philosophy, the background of this team? Is this something that could be turned around? I, if you ask me now, I'll be calling Pep Guardiola to come take the job at one point or the other. Ronald Koeman, for all the good he has done, does not look so fit for this job. And of course, in another game, Dynamo Kiev versus Benfica, this game ended 0-0 in favor of nobody, basically. And in another group, the young boys actually played against the schoolboys. She said I should not call them the schoolboys, that they are the big boys. The match ended 2-1 in favor of the young boys with a perfect, or should I say a near perfect assist being provided by Jesse Lingard to the young boys for their second goal. Ronaldo opened the scoring. Young boys actually did equalize in the game, and of course, by the 93rd minute, 94th minute, a messy back pass by Lingard to De Gea was intercepted, and that led to the goal by Young Boys. Now the question on the lips of everybody is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually fit for this job? Should United be looking for a new manager? But come think of it, United are still in a force to reckon with in terms of the league. They're still very, very much there. It's just the beginning of the season. Saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be sacked at this point would be a disservice to what it has done to stabilize United. But on the flip side, when you think of the fact that we have Zinedine Zidane, who I think is a very good man manager, not the best tactician if you ask me, but very good man manager, and of course, Antonio Conte, who is a tactician, a good man manager, maybe erratic, which for every human being you see in this world have their own fault, right? But at this point, if those guys are available, and you have this Ferrari being driven by a bike rider, why don't you just call one of those Ferrari drivers? Come on, Mark Alonso, you need to come over and take over this, or you call Lewis Hamilton to come take over the Mercedes instead of giving it to a bike rider. That's the case, and that's the dilemma that United are in right now. Should they continue with Mr. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who for all of his should I say his deficiency, he has been able to steady this ship. He has spent enough money, although he has not been able to deliver all the trophies, but for all we know, he has done averagely well compared to the other guys that's been there, done that in United in the past couple of seasons. But that's the question on the lip of everybody. Should they be ringing up Zinedine Zidane, or should they stick with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or call Antonio Conte? If you ask me, I'll say, give it a little more chance. This is just the beginning. Early days. Let's wait up until probably December or February of next year and see where United are. Take your stock, and from there you can move on. And of course, Atlanta played a 2-2 draw against Villarreal away from home. A good result for Atlanta, if you ask me. They'll be looking to cement that and to an exciting one. If you're a Salzburg fan, it's not going to be an exciting one, anyways. Three penalties for Salzburg. They lost 2 of those penalties, scored 1. The young German Adeyemi won 2 of those penalties and lost 1 of it. And eventually they did score 1 out of those 3 penalties. And Rakitic equalized for Sevilla through penalty again. So tales of penalty, 4 penalties in just one game. He ended 1-1 between Sevilla and Salzburg. And of course, Lille played a barren draw against Wolfsburg. Not that we're expecting so much from this game, but of course, Lille, having lost their coach, the winning coach of last season, seems to be in a little bit of rehab right now, trying to get their acts together. And Wolfsburg did what just know how to do, defended deep, tried to create chances on the counter. The game ended 0-0. And of course, Chelsea defeated Zenit. We don't have to say so much about Chelsea and Zenit right now. And the reason why we don't have to say much about it is the fact that Chelsea looks to be the solid contender for every competition they are in right now. They played maybe not the best brand of football, but of course, when you have Lukaku, you know the goals are definitely going to come in. Assumptions passed from Azpilicueta to Lukaku gave Chelsea the maximum point. A very big one, and a very good way to start the season in the Champions League. And of course, Malmo were defeated by Juventus. Juventus coming back from the dead, from the backdrop of their shambolic display in the league last week. They defeated Malmo 3-0. Alvaro Morata, Paulo Dybala on the goal score sheet as well. We hear it here on News Sister Sport, and we're breaking it to you that Dybala is going to be signing a new contract as early as today, which happens to be the Monday, 28th of September 2021. We look forward to that, and we'll be giving you all the updates as it goes whether he signs or not. And of course, to a not so good one, Club Brugge versus PSG. PSG has basically the best players in the world right now. Um, a group set of best players in the world right now. Neymar, um, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe. These are the top names when you talk about football. But of course, they could manage just 1-1 against Club Brugge. Just to go over the statistics just a little bit between Barcelona, between PSG and Club Brugge. Just to go over the statistics, Club Brugge did actually add more shot on targets as against PSG, and in a team that parades Lionel Messi and the rest, when you have a PSG, a Club Brugge player taking off the man of the match, that just goes to show you the tale of how the match actually went. They had 6 corner kicks, while PSG has just 2. They had 5 shots on target as against Lionel Messi's PSG having 4, and 15 shots off target as against Neymar's PSG 9 shots off the target. So that just goes to show you that they weren't go for defense. They were not looking at the jersey number. They came, they did their job, and took and actually did go on schedule with their pride. 1-1 ended. We don't know exactly what is being told or what is being said to Mauricio Pochettino right now. This is a team, a wonderful team, a dream team for so many players, for so many coaches, but it needs to do something and needs to start right now. And of course, just to put it out there, being collection of good players or great players or superstars does not guarantee you success. We've seen that with Real Madrid of the whole, we've seen that with a whole host of whole host of clubs in the past. It does not guarantee you anything. You might have all the best players in the world, and damn, you might still not win a trophy. So, but at the end of the day, the buck stops at the feet of the manager. Pochettino should look for a way to get these guys grooving, backsmanning, and scoring goals and winning games as well. And of course, Man City defeated RB Leipzig 6-3 handed, three goals conceded against Man City. Pep Guardiola is not happy. He was on the touchline, furious with Jack Grealish, and of course Riyad Mahrez for not doing their job. I'm not surprised. That's just Greg Guardiola for you. He's a perfectionist. He wants his team to play the best way they can. That's Olawale's best friend, if you ask me. But of course, I feel winning 6-3 should do it for you right now, given the squad that you have right now. You don't even have a recognized striker that you want to use. It has Jesus, but it does not like to use Jesus. Jesus, for some strange reason, is now a winger. But Guardiola knows best, if you ask me. We wish them good luck. This is a competition Guardiola has not been able to win since he left Barcelona. We don't want that stinker on his head for the rest of his career. That without Messi, he can't win a Champions League. I don't think he will this season, given what he has right now. No real striker, and the only real striker that he has, he does not want to play him as a center forward. And of course, Atletico Madrid versus Porto 0-0 he ended. Porto away from home, being able to hold Atletico to a 0-0 draw. It goes to show you the tenacity that we all saw of Porto last season. Don't forget, Pepe is still with them. Sergio Conceição, the former Porto legend, doing his own and holding the sway from the dugout for Porto. And of course, questions will be asked. Questions are raised of Diego Simeone. What exactly is he doing at the Wanda Stadium in Spain? This is a team that has all the qualities
Don't forget that Sao actually left Atletico Madrid because he feels he does not want to play the role of a defensive midfielder or a little bit backward. He wants to play more as a 8 or 10 in the team. So that just goes to show what the kind of tactical negativity that we have or we are being served from the Wanda Stadium when he actually has a whole lot of attacking players that can kill off games, score goals. This is a team that has Antoine Griezmann, Luis Suarez, Thomas Lemar, Correa, and a host of others. They should be doing better than this against a team like Porto at home in Spain. But of course, Diego Simone is in a Hemel affair. He's the defending champion of Spain. What do I know? I'm just a sport analyst talking on the radio. And of course, Liverpool versus Milan. We thought this is going to be a better ceremony for Milan. Milan, apart from Zlatan Ibrahimovic, they have so many young players. I've never even tasted the Champions League before, or they were just a bench player in the Champions League game. They did give a good account of themselves. Like Kachi said, this is a moral victory for Milan. I don't know what that means anyway, but of course I agree with him. It's a moral victory for Milan. Even though they lost on the night, but they gave a good account of themselves, and this could potentially throw the group open. Milan, knowing that they are playing against one of the best teams in Europe, and they can actually score 2 goals, give a good account of themselves, they should be able to do the same against Atletico Madrid and Porto. And of course, 2 the best 20-year-old on earth right now, Alan scoring and Jude Bellingham providing an assist as they defeated Besiktas 2-1. And of course, Ajax made a mockery of Sporting Lisbon at home, away from home. 5-1, he ended in favor of Ajax. Whatever it is that is happening at Sporting Lisbon right now, they need to go back to the drawing board and see exactly what they need to do to rejig and put themselves back into the limelight. And of course, the shock results of the Champions League was Sheriff against Shakhtar Donetsk. 2-0 ended in favor of Shakhtar Donetsk. We thought it was going to be a weapon team of the table, but as it stands right now, Sheriff have given a very good account of themselves in their group. And of course, Real Madrid won 1-0 against Inter Milan away from home. I hope it's not that the Java will be our last season where Inter could not give a good account of themselves, given the host of players they have, and they could not even make the Europa League last season. We look forward to that, and this is a group that there will be keen eyes on. We'll be looking forward to see who comes out of this group, what happens, what and what not. And of course, but we expect Real Madrid and Inter Milan to actually come out of this group. And of course, we're going to a short break right now. When we go back, we'll be jumping straight into the world of England, where we have a whole lot of things to discuss in England. Don't go anywhere, guys. So we're back right now, and we'll be jumping straight to England, where should we start from? Basically, we have, they call him the GOAT. They say he's the greatest player of all times. I'm a fan of the guy. Cristiano Ronaldo, if you ask me, that's his name. The guy from Sporting Lisbon, Madeira in Portugal. He has gone to the whole world to do his thing. He has conquered the Premier League before now, gone to Spain, Italy. Now he's back in the Premier League, and he can't stop scoring. Ronaldo scored a goal for United as they defeated West Ham 2-1 on the afternoon. But the question that we need to ask ourselves, and this is an important question, is what exactly is wrong with the officiating in England? United should and could have had 2 very clear penalties. They were denied of those penalties. Leaving the leaving a thought to the VAR is something, it's not unprecedented in England, if you ask me, but it's something that should be abolished. It doesn't make so much sense leaving the decision to the VAR when at the start of the season, all the decisions were set to be in the hands of the referee. Like someone said, he said it's just a psychological thing that, hey, we're not going to be giving Ronaldo penalties for some reason best known to them. I know it's a bold statement. I don't think I buy so much into it as well. But for all you know, it might be true. We've seen it. We've seen it in the past where referees are actually biased against some set of players because of their said how do I put it? They said their set precedents. Let me put it that way, or their futures. People think they are corny. They like to trick the referees. We've seen that with John Terry. We've seen that with Didier Drogba. We've seen that with even Cristiano Ronaldo himself, and of course Raheem Sterling in the immediate in the immediate past. And but United actually did win this game. But the officiating was poor, if you ask me. And of course, De Gea, after facing more than 32 penalties, that he could not keep anyone out, he actually did save a penalty from Mark Noble. But the question is, why did Moyes do what he did? Why do you have to put Mark Noble on the spot after bringing him in to come and play a penalty at the 94th minute? It doesn't make, I don't know, it doesn't make so much sense to me doing that. Maybe because it feels Mark Noble is an experienced player, but of course you have so many good players on the field that could have done what Mark Noble would do with the penalty. But of course, Moyes is the coach. That's why I'm not the coach of West Ham. And we wish him good luck going forward. They actually did miss Mikel Antonio in the match. And of course, Brighton and Hove strangely defeated Leicester City 2-1. Brighton and Hove are doing themselves wonderfully well right now. Welbeck on the goal score shot as well. And Chelsea defeated the white guys from the north part of London. 3-0 ended in favor of Chelsea. Their defenders doing pretty well. Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Marco Alonso with an assist as well. You can't blame them right now. Chelsea, everything they touch right now is good. They are my favorite for the for the league as of today. Except something drastic happens. I don't see anybody taking the league away from Chelsea. Maybe apart from Manchester United and Liverpool, anyways. And of course, Watford defeated Norwich City 3-1. Looks like Norwich City are the early favorites to be dropped from the Premier League. They have not won any game in the Premier League right now, and it's looking gloomy on that side, on the Carrow Road right now. We hope they can rejig themselves and get back into winning ways that brought them to the Premier League. But of course, when you lose your players like Ben White, the one they lost to Aston Villa, this is what happens, right? It's the Premier League. You need all the best leg that you can get. And maybe Pukki will try to start scoring more goals, and Cantwell would give them that attacking flair that there's so much in right now. And of course, their defense needs to do better. Our crew is not doing badly at in the middle of the goalpost, but they need more concentration and more energy in the back line of defense for them to be able to overturn whatever it is that they're facing right now. But they look to be the early favorite. And Aston Villa, Leon Bailey, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, Leon Bailey is doing what he knows how to do best. The Jamaican with a goal and assist as Aston Villa defeated Everton 3-0. Good luck, Rafa Benitez. I wish you good luck. On the blue side of Liverpool, that is what is happening right now. We know Everton is going to bounce back. Lucas Digne actually scoring an own goal in the match as well. And that's the one that Leo Bailey got his assist for. For me, Leo Bailey is the man of the match for this game. I don't know for you. Maybe if you have a different opinion, please let me know. Put it on our social media and tell us who you think your own man of the match is for the game. And of course, Liverpool defeated Crystal Palace. The rest side of Liverpool defeated Crystal Palace 3-0 is expected. Mane joined the illustrious breaking a new rule or setting a new record for himself. 98 Premier League goals now, just behind the Drogba and Mo Salah as the highest goal scorer Africans in the Premier League history, which is a very good one for Mane. And of course, to a more controversial one is the game between Arsenal and Burnley. This game ended 1-1. 1-0 in favor of Arsenal. Arsenal did pretty well for themselves. Played with a little bit of more confidence off the backdrop of the result they had against Norwich last week. And Ben White gave him a scare with that horrific back pass to Ramsdale that was intercepted and nearly caused the penalty. Save for VAR that saved us now. The penalty was already given. But the question is, what is Mikel Arteta doing? Everybody knows about the injury history of Thomas Partey. Can Partey actually go 4 weeks without getting injured? That's a question mark, a terrible question mark over Partey's fitness. And Mikel Arteta, for some strange reason, decides to play Thomas Partey as the only defensive midfielder, shielding the back four. And of course, when you see a formation like that, and you see five attacking midfielders, if you have to include the striker who happens to be Aubameyang, you expect flow and fury of goals. But we did not see that. Arsenal had to rely on the free kick from Marcin Odegaard to win this game. And strangely enough, Thomas Partey is out injured again. I hope for the sake of all the Arsenal fans across the world that this is just an injury scare. It's not an injury that would put Arsenal back to square zero. And of course, Brentford defeated Wolves away from home. Jimenez actually showed his quality with the Rabona and some of the night, the afternoon of Wolves. 2-0 he ended in favor of Brighton, of Brentford. Tony actually scoring one of the goals for Brentford. This is a good guy, or the guy that actually replaced Watkins at Brentford. He's doing the job. He's back in the Premier League, rubbing shoulder with the big boys, and he's not scared to do what he knows how to do best. And of course, we need to hear your opinion about the officiating in the Premier League. Please drop your opinion on our Instagram handle, which is at Newsens Sport, and of course, comment below this video on YouTube as well, and let us know what you feel about the officiating in the Premier League right now. Is it shambolic? Is there something that needs to be done? Is there something drastic that could be done to improve the officiating in the Premier League right now? This is the best league, the best soap opera in the whole wide world, and we should be getting something better than this. And of course, from there we move to Germany. People call it the Farmer League. Some people call it the Stillman League. Some people call it a joke of a league. Of course, Bayern Munich did 7-0 against Bochum. That's just goes to show you the gulf of difference between Bayern Munich and all the teams in Germany right now. 7-0. Lewandowski was on the goal score shots as expected. Sergei as well. Joshua Kimmich as well, scoring 7 goals. It's not easy for anything, but of course, if you expect anybody to do it, it has to be Bayern Munich. And of course, RB Leipzig continue on their downward spiral with a 1-1 draw against Cologne away from home. And of course, Haaland has to score, has to replicate what Zlatan Ibrahimovic did a couple of years ago against England with that exquisite goal that is scored against Berlin. 4-2 ended in favor of Dortmund. How good do you think Haaland is right now? I feel he's the best. He's the best thing that has happened to football since Kylian Mbappe in recent past. I think at the age of 20 is world class. You might argue the last person I know that is world class at the age of 20, undisputedly, has to be Ronaldo de Lima. That's the last person I know. I can think of. I stand to be corrected anyway. Some people will say Messi. A host of other people will say Karim Benzema. Kachi actually said Karim Benzema. But hey, that's just my opinion. I think this guy is the new or the fastest guy that I would say is a world-class player at the age of 19, 20, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, from there we'll move to Italy, where Juventus played a 1-1 draw against Milan. Juve, they should be calling Ronaldo back, but it's too late. Ronaldo is banging in the goals for Manchester United right now. But on a more serious note, Milan gave a good account of themselves. Ante Rebic giving them the securing the draw for them in the 74th minute against Juventus. Went behind real quick in the game, but came back, showed zeal, showed tenacity, and they should and could have possibly won this game as well. But on the night, it ended 1-1 between the shared this point, Juventus Milan, which is a good one for Milan, if you ask me. Still top of the league, if I'm not mistaken. Still doing very well and in their Champions League sport, and they would not want to miss out on that. That's big money for them. Sarri continuing the Sarri football on the blue side of Rome with a 2-2 draw against Cagliari. And of course, Jose Mourinho tasted his first defeat in Italy when he lost 2-3 to Verona. We don't know. But as expected, you expect Mourinho's team to bounce back from this kind of defeat. It's just a short one. We know Mourinho is gonna come back, right? I believe so. I want to believe so as well. And of course, Girona lost at home to Fiorentina, 2-1 headed in favor of Fiorentina, and Inter Milan defeated Bologna 6-1. He ended in favor of Inter Milan. Lautaro Martinez scoring a brace, and Edin Dzeko that actually replaced Lukaku scored a brace as well. So the grass is actually greener on the blue side of Milan right now. So they can put their mind at rest that they sold someone for 98.5 million pounds, got someone else for about 5 or 4 million pounds, and he's doing pretty well and doing the job really, really well. And of course, from there we'll move to Spain, where Joao Felix got a ridiculous record, put his teammate under pressure as Atletico Madrid drew 0-0 against Athletic Bilbao. But just for a fun fact, Iñaki actually played his 200th consecutive game for Atletico Bilbao in this game. This is a guy that we know. It might not be the best in terms of footballing abilities, but this is a decent player, a fit player, and a guy that plays out his heart for his team. I think there should be an award. The last person I can think of that did something similar, it has to be Frank Lampard, and I think Lampard was maybe 147 consecutive games, if I'm not mistaken. I could quickly check that out. But of course, we're not talking about Lampard right now. We're talking about Inaki, and Inaki is a great player, did very well, performed wonderfully well. But another question that we should ask ourselves is Atletico Madrid. They have probably the best goalkeeper. Forget about the defense. Defense is one of the most taught defense in the world. This is Diego Simeone's side, but they have all the attacking players to do better than this. Do you think, in your own honest opinion, this is my own opinion, though I start to be correct, but I'm putting it out to you right now. Do you think the negativity in his tactics is actually pulling these players back? And I'll give you an example. I don't know if I mentioned it prior to this when I was doing the review of the Champions League. Saul actually left Atletico Madrid because he wants to play further outfield, where he can actually express his attacking powers. But Diego Simeone does not want that. He wants him drawn back, playing as a screen to the defense, which Saul does not want. So if you have this kind of player, allow them to express themselves. These guys can provide assists, score goals, make goals. And if you are scoring goals, you have a stout defense. You have probably the best goalkeeper in the whole world right now. So why do you have to stifle your attack to win games when you can actually allow your attacking players to express themselves the way they want to, make the mistake, correct these mistakes in trainings, do the right things at the right time, and of course win games with good goals, score lines. Score these goals. When you score these goals, you always know that your defense is doing well, and everybody will be happy. Not in this current situation where we have Real Madrid in the theater room already. We have Barcelona in the theater room as well, and those are supposed to be the two opposition for them. And of course, Real Madrid came back to win against Valencia 2-1. Vinicius Junior providing assist for Benzema. Benzema doing the same for the Vinicius Junior. 2-1 he ended in favor of Real Madrid. And then Carlo Ancelotti doing pretty well at the right side of Madrid right now. And of course, Real Betis played a 2-2 draw against Espanyol. That's the way he ended at Real Betis. Now the question is, if you have to rate the three teams coming out of Spain right now, the three usual suspects for the league, which has to be Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. How do you rate them as good, better, and best right now? For me, I'll say the best out of the trio has to be Real Madrid, closely followed by Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona looks to be the third best out of the trio. But my opinion is not your opinion. Tell me what your opinion is. Let me know in the comment section. Let's get interactive and let me know what you think. And of course, we're looking forward to more games in the coming weeks, and that will be a wrap for the show. Don't forget to follow all our social media handles at New Season Star on Instagram, and New Season Sport on Facebook, and of course New Season Star 1 on Twitter. Till we meet again next week. My name is still Aleja Adeboale, and it's still the best sporting show in the whole of the whole universe. Don't stop supporting sport and be good. Bye.